Okay, what's up, average skeptic? We can keep going back and forth as long as you want on this, okay? Now, let me clarify some stuff that I said. First thing about the space god comment, I didn't say my brother said that. I say that. I say that as a response to my brother saying that when you achieve nirvana, well, there's no answer. And let's not talk about it, and maybe you just blow up into nothing, and that's over. And I'm not satisfied with that. I want to have a map from the beginning of time all the way up to the end of time. So my personal, and I said that with about 2 seconds left in the video, so my personal idea about the whole space god comment is, everybody achieves nirvana. Not everybody achieves nirvana after this life. That's why you reincarnate. You reincarnate and you reincarnate, you reincarnate, and then you achieve nirvana. And then you don't have to reborn in the third dimension, but you're always reborn. Somebody commented on my video the other day, oh, you don't always reborn. Yeah, you always reborn. You just don't always reborn on this planet. You're reborn on another plane. There's lots of different planes, and then Buddhism, not just Tibetan Buddhism, but Indian Buddhism as well. In fact, every religion, even including Christianity, believes that you're reborn on another plane, and that there are lots of other planes, lots of other dimensions, lots of realms, the Buddhists like to call it. So, the Buddha right now, oh man, I can't remember his name. He's off somewhere living his life. He's got a family, he's got kids, he's probably flying around in a spaceship somewhere. You're always reborn. And now, as far as the space god comment, space god, what my idea is that you're reborn, you live in another higher realm, you get more and more powerful. You need you're in physical realm less and less. You have your body is more and more spiritual. You need a space vehicle less and less until you actually are a space god. And that's what the Hindus believe with their all gods. And maybe that's what they. Now this is like billions of billions of billions of years in the future, though. So anyway, that's clarifying that whole comment. My brother didn't say it. I said it. About the pyramid. Well, thank you a lot for sending me that link, because I had never seen that particular theory. I'd seen the ramp theory, but the external ramp theory, and I never saw the whole X-ray photo in the inside of the pyramid. And I've never seen any of the ulterior explanations of how the pyramids were built explain that ramp photo. So, but even at a 7% gradient like that, you can't pull those stones, those 300-ton stones. You can't even pull them on a flat. Japanese TV program went over there, and they got a whole bunch of people trying to pull one of those stones on a flat surface, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't even move it at all. They broke the ropes. They failed miserably. So even at a 7% gradient, it's not going to happen. Those stones are too big. And those pyramids are perfectly put together. They're not going to put a pyramid perfectly together. If you go inside of the king's chamber and you look at those rocks, they're fit perfectly together. And they're granite. And they had to have brought that granite from 60 miles away. And how are they going to do that? And it's just way too much of a task for anybody of us to do it. Now, as far as the guy from Stone Castle, yeah, I'm not saying aliens did it, but there is a certain technology, and that they use where you levitate the rocks, and you use I don't know how you do it, but you do it like with the power of your mind, and maybe even a tool. And there are inscriptions on some of those temples of people actually levitating rocks with a fork-looking device. And as far as who made the pyramids, Ra, this guy channels a Ra, who are the Venusians. It was the Venusians who made the pyramids. The Venusian aliens, the people from Venus. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Venus, you can't live on Venus. Yeah, they live on Venus on another dimension. So, not in the third dimension, but on another dimension. Now you were saying that the bent pyramids are not perfect pyramids, and the Great Pyramid is a perfect pyramid. Well, what you don't understand is that the bent pyramid is younger than the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid, the most perfect pyramids, are the oldest pyramids. And then the pyramids got worse and worse after that. And that was because the aliens come down here, the Venusians come down here, make the Great Pyramid, And then they left, and then the Egyptians with their slaves tried to emulate those pyramids and did as good as they could, but they couldn't. There's no way, and not even us today. There's no way that they could make them as good as the original pyramids. So the pyramids get worse as time goes on, and this is commonly known among Egyptologists, and they do not know the answer to that. Now, as far as my windshield coming together, that was just me giving an example that, skeptics out there, skepticism and atheism, as far as I'm concerned, as a religion, is the most pious, brainwashed religion in the world. People are, a lot of skeptics will not believe, in aliens unless even if it landed on your front lawn and little aliens came out and zapped you with their ray gun. So what I'm saying is that, we all experience miracles. And so if you see a miracle, you have to kind of look at the universe and see that there's actually something else out there, and that it's not just out there, but it bleeds into this world too. You mentioned in the little blib you wrote on your screen that your windshield exploded. I mean, imagine looking at a windshield of a car and then seeing the whole thing go and glass blowing all up over your face. Wouldn't you think that that's a message from space, some spirit world trying to give you a message that, we're not the only ones out there. There's also other stuff going out there. Now, you're like wondering what religion I am. I'm a New Ager. It's the new religion. New Agers believe in everything. New Ager, I would say, is a perfect cross between Christianity and Buddhism. Buddhism because we believe in reincarnation, and Christianity because we believe in God and we believe in aliens. But it's not really an organized religion, though. There's no church. It's just a bunch of people sharing what they know, and so that's what I am. I'm a New Ager. Okay, sun. Yeah, sun is alive. I think the sun is alive and conscious. I think the earth is alive and conscious. Now, you said, you don't think the earth is making conscious decisions like, I think today I'm going to cause an earthquake in Japan. I think the conscious biosphere of the earth is actually made up of our consciousnesses of all the humans and all the animals and everything, but even mainly the humans. So, as far as who decides if there's going to be a hurricane in the Caribbean is actually decided by us humans, because we are the mind of the earth. So, if we all got together and said, let's create let's stop all the hurricanes in the Caribbean, and we could do that with our minds. Now the earth itself, so that kind of brings something else into play. There can be a whole bunch of consciousnesses coming together to create one consciousness, and so that's what the earth is. But I think the earth does actually have a one consciousness too, an individual consciousness that's just living in another body. You have lots of different consciousness living in bodies. You got the consciousness in the bug body, you got the consciousness in the horse body, human body, and then I think there's one in the earth body. Now you're saying that when you talk about how you should believe in God, people are going to think that you're a Christian, a fundamentalist Christian, and yes, I agree with that. And the reason for that is that Christians are the evangelists. They're like the only evangelistic religion out there. The Jews, they spread their religion by having babies and make their kids Jews, but they don't go around knocking on people's doors saying you want to be a Jew. The Christians do that. The Buddhists don't do that either. The Buddhists, offer up their teachings, and then people get excited about it, and then they become Buddhists. And the Christians are the evangelists, because the Christians do believe that everybody should believe in God. And but just because they're the only ones doesn't mean that they should have a stranglehold on that whole concept. And that's why I'm trying to spread the concept of God, of a real God. The universe is an organism God, and get people to break away from that whole concept of the ancient Christian God, because it's dying. Christians, even fundamentalist Christians, that whole concept of God as an angry, jealous old man up in the sky is dying quickly, and so I'm going to go ahead and lend my hand to the stranglehold on the neck of that dying concept. I'm running out of time here. Now when you die, you achieve Nirvana. Yeah, when you die, you achieve Nirvana. Everybody achieves Nirvana when they die. It's just, is it on this life or the next life? Most people, you live thousands and millions of lives before you do achieve nirvana. But you eventually do achieve nirvana when you die on one of these lives. And now, it wasn't my brother who said that. That's me who says that. Yeah, so I think you're kind of getting confused what my brother says and what I say. And it's not your fault. It's just because, you only have a so-and-so amount of time to get your point across. So that's what I have to say about that. If you have any comments, then you come back with me. I'll keep coming back with you. So, anyways, that's that.